Well, hello and welcome to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for the final day of the Women's Super League season for Tottenham Hotspur against West Ham United as North London meets East. Tottenham will finish 6th, whatever happens today, having had an even split of results this season of 7 wins, 7 draws and 7 defeats from their 21 games, but will be looking to end the season on a high after FA Cup final disappointment against Manchester United and a midweek loss against title-chasing Chelsea. Well, West Ham secured their safety and would have to win big to stand any chance of clambering out of 11th spot, but a morale-boosting end-of-season win in this wonderful football arena would be at least a positive ending to a disappointing campaign. Well, 4 changes for Tottenham from the midweek loss to Chelsea. Former West Ham keeper Rebecca Spencer returns. Charlotte Grant comes into the back 4 in place of Amanda Nielden. Ramona Petzelsberger starts just her 2nd game in midfield this season, while up front top scorer Martha Thomas, another ex-Hammer, is recalled at centre forwards. Just the 1 change for West Ham, which comes in midfield with England under-23 international Emma Harries handed her 7th start this season in place of Danish international Emma Snurler, who drops to the bench. Risa Shimizu was on target against Spurs back in January. She's one of 3 Japanese internationals who start for the Hammers. So Spurs looking to go out on a high after what has been, in truth, a really disappointing week, and they couldn't be playing a better side, really. Tottenham have lost just 2 of their 9 WSL games against West Ham, winning 4 and drawing 3 since winning the reverse fixture back in January as well by 4 goals to 3. Well, let's hope today's match is every bit as exciting as that one. West Ham haven't won for 8 games, 4 draws and 4 losses since a shock 2-1 win against Arsenal back in February. 2 captains then, Mackenzie Arnold, the goalkeeper for West Ham, and Beth England, the former Chelsea star, wearing 9 for Spurs. Phoebe Cross is the referee in charge of this one today. Well, a 1-1 draw at Aston Villa in their last away game ended a run of 3 away defeats in a row for West Ham, beaten at Everton, Liverpool and hammered 5-0 at Manchester City. And that all followed a 2-1 win at Bristol City, one of only 2 away wins this season, after they picked up a 2-0 win away at Brighton in October. The Spurs have failed to win in their last 2 home games, including a 1-1 draw here with Brighton. They were beaten 1-0 by title-chasing Chelsea on Wednesday, a result that took Chelsea just about above Manchester City in the WSL table going into the final day. It's been all about the cup competitions though for Tottenham this season. Robert Villaham's first season in charge, the Swedish manager of Tottenham Hotspur, reaching an historic first FA Cup final, which, albeit ending disastrously in 4-0 defeat to Manchester United last weekend, is a massive step forwards. Spurs' best ever finish in the top flight is 5th. They can't match that this season. They will finish 6th, whatever. But they are looking to complete the London double derby over West Ham. Only fight for possession. The Spurs expected to see plenty of the ball today. Would be something of an upset if West Ham were to come out on top. But then they have beaten Arsenal this season. Charlotte Grant with the throw. Now back with Spencer. It was a risky ball back. Masai very nearly getting on the end of it for West Ham. Grant. Played in towards Clinton. Spurs shifting the ball across here. Summonen. Finnish midfielder. Ball delivered into the box. Sissoko with the initial header. They haven't got it away though, West Ham. And a bright start from Spurs draws a corner. Amy James-Turner, Noana Bula up from the back for Spurs. Beth England in there as well. It's a terrific record against West Ham. 7 goals and 11 appearances against them. Not swinging corner. Could have fallen anywhere, but it's Zhu hooks it away. Sending the ball forward quickly. Sissoko's header out for West Ham. And here's Tysiak. Free kick for the Hammers. 8 games without a win, 4 draws, 4 losses since that shock win against Arsenal in February. It seems a long time ago now. Here's a say. And Spurs back in possession. Got bodies forward here. West Ham with plenty back. Well, Mackenzie Arnold didn't grab it first time. Thomas with the ball across onto England. And Spurs lead after just 3 minutes. And it's Beth England who puts it away in clinical fashion. Poor defending, you have to say, from West Ham, who really didn't get themselves sorted out. Mackenzie Arnold making a dreadful error. Martha Thomas clips it across, and Beth England tucks the ball into the net for her 5th goal of the season. Tottenham 1, West Ham 0. And the former Chelsea forward fires in another one at the expense of West Ham United. Scored 4 goals in 5 home appearances against West Ham, although all of those were during her time at Chelsea. Well, now she has one for Tottenham against the Hammers. Sissoko. Touch off from Thomas. Grant in space, but Noana Bula going infield instead. Swiss international with almost 50 caps. A veteran of Euro 2022 and the World Cup last year. And by Neville. James-Turner to Bula. Now, did she manage to keep that in play? Charlotte Grant. Sure she did. West Ham just need to find their equilibrium a bit here. It's been a strong start from Spurs. An opening goal from Beth England. She is again swinging the cross in. Too much on it though for Thomas. England seeing plenty of the ball, which can only be good for Spurs. Clinton. Touch back to the edge of the penalty area and then driven in first time by Summonen. Straight at Arnold. Certainly been the busier of the two goalkeepers. Mackenzie Arnold's 30-year-old Australian international. Here's Bula. Hotspur with the ball through to England. Just looking to play it in for Thomas. Thomas, who scored 8 goals in 26 appearances for West Ham in the 2019-21 seasons. It's a goal kick for West Ham. Anu Denton is the player down. England under-19 international, just 20 years of age. Started more games this season. So her 12th appearance of this campaign. She only started 6 in the previous one, featuring 19 times in all. It's her 15th appearance of this season. Neat little step over, played on by Ueki. Hayashi playing the ball into the penalty area. Sumanen gets it away, only as far as Hayashi. And a comfortable gather for Spencer. Sumanen not getting enough purchase really on the initial clearance. Hayashi not really getting hold of the strike in a way she would have liked, the Japanese international, who has weighed in with a couple of goals this season. Neville. And James Turner. Bula. Held up by Clinton. Back by Beth England. The whistle has gone though. West Ham have the ball with Denton. Well defended in the end by Grant. West Ham have it back. It's a good spell of possession this for West Ham, their best spell in the game so far. Shimazu. It's a foul on Petzelsberger. Ramona Petzelsberger, 31 now. Making her 10th appearance of the season. Only her second start though for Tottenham. Joined the club from Aston Villa at the start of last season. Former captain of Germany's under-20s, Ramona Petzelsberger. Harries has come short for it. Denton throwing it long though. Sumanen with the header. And Neville in towards Thomas. The angle was against her, and Hawa Sissoko was making life difficult as well. Good first touch from Thomas to get the shot away, but that touch enabled Sissoko to make the block. And Tottenham with another corner. Five in there, 6 in there for Spurs. And well claimed by Mackenzie Arnold. You probably feel she has a little bit of making up to do after her part in the opening Spurs goal, a ball that she seemed comfortably in control of, but somehow allowed to slip from her grasp. And with the likes of Thomas and England around in the Spurs forward line, you can ill afford to give up an early goal like that. Grant. Petzelberger. Bula back to Spencer. Now Neville. Too much on that though for Thomas. Here's Sissoko. Denton back to Mackenzie Arnold. Now it's with the Belgian, Amber Tiziak. Assay. Plenty of pace out on the left. Good ball from Assay. West Ham have got bodies forward here. It's a good challenge by Ashley Neville. Just for a second it looked as though West Ham were in behind. Ueki was awaiting the delivery in the centre. Harry's arriving too. Jessica Zhu. Neville sticking with her. Assay. Back to Sissoko. Riko Eki pounced upon as soon as she had the ball. Scored 5 goals this season, Riko Eki. And she's either scored or assisted in each of West Ham's last 3 WSL goals. She's the first Asian player to score 5 in the WSL in a single campaign since Ji So-yun, a big favourite at Chelsea, who scored 6 times in the 2019-20 season. Here's Assay. Touched on first time to Jessica Zhu, who's been lively for West Ham in these early moments. She felt she was fouled there by Evelina Summanen. Referee didn't agree. Clinton. And by Bula to Grant. Quick 1-2. Grant stronger in the challenge than Denton. Spurs, as expected, looking the more dangerous of the two sides, but West Ham have fired a couple of early warning shots on the counter. Swung in towards Thomas. Run by Summanen. And Neville flips the ball into the box. England was rising, just trying to get ahead to it. She did, but it was always scooting off the top of the England international's head. PFA Women's Player of the Year in 2019-20, Beth England. Something of a coup for Spurs to sign her. Cost £250,000. A record signing. 4-time WSL winner with Chelsea, 2 FA Cups, 2 League Cups. Denton. Tiziak back to Arnold. Good ball out from Arnold to Hayashi. Just holds in that midfield with her countrywoman Riza Shimazu. James Turner goes long. Kirsty Smith's header. There's Petzelberger. And now Bula. From Charlotte Grant. Simonen. .5 gone, Spurs worth the lead. Given to them on 3 minutes by Beth England. 5th goal of the season. And her 8th against West Ham in WSL. Petzelberger. All the way back to Rebecca Spencer. Shimazu almost pouncing on Petzelberger, but she kept her cool and the ball. There's Bula. Her first season with Tottenham after joining from Frauen Bundesliga side Hoffenheim. And she made 82 appearances. Well played by Petzelberger. James Turner, space here for Ash Neville. Bize Ildesoy to Petzelberger. Clinton. Cut out by Denton this time. Started really brightly, Spurs, but 1 or 2 signs they've just lost a little bit of that panache now. Petzelberger. West Ham working hard to close down. They've won the ball. Ueki. Shifted on by Shimazu. Asei. Now Rico Ueki. Harries makes the run beyond her. And in the end, that attack coming to nothing for West Ham. Emma Harries' first season with West Ham. Signed from Reading for the start of this campaign after their relegation to the Championship last season. Scored 6 goals in 51 appearances for Reading, Emma Harries. There's 10 games now in a row in which West Ham have failed to keep a clean sheet. Only Bristol City have had a worse run than that, away from home that is. 22 Bristol City have failed to keep a clean sheet. Side who will be playing in the Championship next season. Petzelberger. Now Clinton. Did well. And a bit of space for Ildesoy, who gets the cross in. And that could have gone anywhere off the head of Tysiak. In the end, it went behind for a Spurs corner. Twisting and turning, the Scottish international Kirsty Smith. And Tysiak, I think, as relieved as anybody to see that one drift behind for a corner. It could easily have ended up in the back of her own net. Spurs with another corner. Drilled across this time, it's over the goalkeeper, but into the side netting. Mackenzie Arnold really struggling on the stretch. And it was Charlotte Grant, the Spurs left back, on the end of it. Disappointed not to hit the target, actually. It's a poor header in the end, and probably a poor choice, actually. It should have perhaps been sent back across the goal. England. And it continues the run forward. It's another Tottenham corner. And they're beginning to build a bit of that pressure again that we saw in the opening 5 or 10 minutes. More defending for West Ham. There's been plenty of it. Committing too many into the penalty area at the moment, Tottenham. Deep one again for Arnold to deal with. Does so better this time with the punch away. Now Simonen. Trying to pull it back to the edge of the box. And it's a goal kick this time. Spurs know there's a lot of work to do if they are to get in and amongst those teams that they want to be challenging, the likes of Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester City. West Ham playing themselves into trouble, but Sissoko recovered well. Launched away by Arnold. Ueki. Free kick for West Ham. Foul on Tysiak. Shimizu, rather, the player fouled. Shimizu scored her only goal this season. Riza Shimizu in the 4-3 loss at Spurs back in January. Veteran of 2 World Cups, featured in 2019 and last year for Japan. An Asian Champions League winner in 2019 with Tokyo Verdy, where she won 5 J-League titles as well. Shimizu. Charlotte Grant. Denton's throw. Back from Ueki. And by Shimizu. Now Tysiak. And Mackenzie Arnold. Too much pressure on West Ham when they have possession of the ball in their own half. Only Martha Thomas is anywhere near the 2 centre-backs. There's Tysiak. Petzelberger. You've seen plenty of it in the midfield for Spurs. Now Neville. Bula. Likewise, West Ham not being dragged out of formation when Spurs have the ball. Charlotte Grant shifted in towards Grace Clinton. Simonen. Clinton turning into trouble. Shimizu with the challenge for West Ham. Here's England. Now Clinton just trying to clip it in behind for Ash Neville, who'd made the break from right back. West Ham would have been caught out had the delivery been better. Won by Bula. Now Shimazu for West Ham. Looking to release Asay, who'd come in off the left. Covered though by Bula. And Rebecca Spencer hasn't really had a save to make yet. Clinton. There's Petzelberger. James Turner. Neville with a lovely ball into the penalty area. It's a good save by Arnold. Really good chance for Martha Thomas. It's the first time in a while Mackenzie Arnold has been called into action. I think the flag has gone up anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. Martha Thomas with a quick, quizzical look across to the assistants. I was about to say, for all their possession, really, since the goal, they haven't really created a great deal, Tottenham, to trouble Mackenzie Arnold. There's Tyziak. Certainly nothing that the goalkeeper wouldn't have filed under routine. Ueki. Touch from Hayashi. Played by Zhu. Now Harries. Tyziak. Plenty of options ahead of her. Uses Shimazu. Zhu. Did well to escape her marker, Zhu, and then just played the ball into too much traffic, and Tottenham have possession back. Grant. Options here maybe for Spurs. Too much on it though for Martha Thomas. And this is Kirsty Smith for West Ham. Asay. Potentially a tough afternoon for Ash Neville up against Vivian Asay, the French flyer. Haven't really been able to isolate her though one-on-one to really have a good go at the Spurs right back. Sissoko. Sissoko, a player who began her career at Paris Saint-Germain, only made 7 appearances though for a hometown club. Before trying her luck at the likes of Marseille and Soyo before joining West Ham back in 2020. Got Villaham, very animated down there for Spurs. Here's Neville. Space here for Vise Ildesoy. Touch back to the edge of the box. Thomas clipping it forwards. Took a deflection, and it's the umpteenth first half corner for Tottenham. One win in the last 9 away in WSL. West Ham 6 defeats in that run as well. And they've conceded 2+ goals on 6 separate occasions during that run too. Halfway towards that already, after it took Beth England just over 3 minutes to give Spurs the lead. Simonen clips it in again. Sissoko's header away. Here's Clinton. by James Turner. Summonen exchanging passes with Ildesoyen. Well gathered by Mackenzie Arnold. Well, a nice idea, trying to release Jessica Zhu. Had to be bang on accurate though, and was a tad overhit by Arnold. Kirsty Smith being backed up again. Petzelberger. Neville, dispossessed by Say. Held the ball up well, and again looked to release Jessica Zhu. Bula. A 3 win in January, by the way, ended a run of 4 without a win against West Ham. They'd lost 2 and drawn 2, including a 2-0 loss at home to West Ham in December last season. Haven't actually beaten West Ham at home in the last 3, despite the overall statistics being very much in Tottenham's favour. Denton. Shimazu. Tysiak. See why they struggle to score goals, West Ham. Not too much imagination in the final third, and don't get the ball up there enough in truth. Here's Beth England. Spurs suddenly injecting a bit of pace into the attack. Summonen. Now Grant. Ball in behind. Grant delivers it across. Came off Denton. Neville plays it back in. And Sissoko with all the time in the world to bring it down, turn and clear it away for West Ham. Here's Zhu. Made life difficult for herself there, Jessica Zhu. Being unable to control the ball initially. Had she done so, she would have been away from Summonen. Absolutely everything is going through the Finnish midfielder, Evelina Summonen, for Spurs. 58 caps for Finland at the age of 25. Played for Christian Zands and Örebro in Sweden. In the very competitive Damallsvenskan. There's Neville. He's done well, Neville, to force a way through, and it's flicked goalwards by Thomas and tipped round by Arnold. Does deliver a good ball, Ash Neville. We've seen that 2 or 3 times already in this first half. Clipped into the centre again. And here's Denton. 10 minutes to half-time. Spurs leading 1-0. After making the most perfect of starts through Beth England. Really built on that though. Clinton. Thomas beaten to it by a lively Arnold. On her toes to clear it away. Now for West Ham. So plenty of action on the FA Player today. Reminder, Arsenal against Brighton and Hove Albion also available for you today. And we have relegated Bristol City taking on Everton, if you fancy that one. And the other choice for you is Leicester City against Liverpool. All those games also available on the FA Player today. So Hawa Sissoko is the player down for West Ham. Won't want to lose her from the centre of their defence, that's for certain. Started 18 of their 21 WSL matches this season. Well, it looks as though she's okay again, which is mightily good news for West Ham. Robert Villaham, the coach of Spurs, took the opportunity to have an impromptu timeout. Always a big match this for the West Ham coach, Rhian Skinner. Former Tottenham manager, remember, from 2020 to 2023. She was sacked in March of 2023 after 9 straight defeats. But she did guide Spurs to that 5th place in the 2021-22 season, in her first season in charge, their best ever top flight finish. Zhu. Now Simonen. By Neville. Heavy touch from Simonen. And Sissoko back to the goalkeeper. Seems to be moving okay now. Hawa Sissoko. Neat little turn from Petzelberger to Clinton. Shimazu away. Neville coming in off the right though and winning it back. Simonen on again to Petzelberger. He's taken down, no foul. Hayashi plays it out to Asei. Now Shimazu. Jessica Zhu. Cross swung in towards Ueki, and Asei on the end of it. And that's the first significant save that Rebecca Spencer's had to make for Spurs. Swung in again towards Ueki. Second header won by the Japanese striker. Asei turned, got the shot in, but always off target, and Spencer more than happy that that was going wide. Joined Spurs directly from West Ham in 2019, Spencer. He was capped for England at under 19 and under 20 level before switching allegiance to Jamaica. Asei. Now Zhu. Flag up for offside. 19 goals scored from their 21 games this season, one less than bottom of the table and already relegated Bristol City. It's not too difficult to see where West Ham need to improve next season. Here's Grant. By Bula. Summonen. James Turner. Up to Neville. Thomas. All twisting and turning. Neville again. Ildesoy. Good play by the Norwegian. Tysiak with the header clear. Ildesoy. Looking to win the corner off Smith, but instead it's a throw to West Ham. Away by Smith, up towards Ueki. Ball splitting both her and Jessica Zhu. Hayashi. Ueki beaten to that by James Turner. And now Asay is down. Referee Phoebe Cross going across to check that Asay is okay. Perhaps just suggesting to Asay, given how close she is to the touchline, that either she gets up or makes her way off the pitch. She's chosen the former option. Here's Clinton. Foot in by Asay. Now Bula. James Turner. Summonen shields the ball so well in that holding midfield role for Tottenham. Evelina Summonen, here she is again. England wins the throw. Grant with it. Silberger into Clinton. Now Bula. Summonen. Nice idea. She spotted the run of Thomas in behind, but so had Sissoko. Here's Asay. Hayashi. Smith turning straight into Bize Ildesoy. Thomas just trying to hold her run, and then the Norwegian overhit it anyway. Mixed messages between striker and winger. 3 minutes to be added on at the end of this first half.
3 minutes added time.
Asay. Hayashi is forwards, and 1 or 2 appeals from West Ham. Referee not interested. Launched by Summonen. And here's Thomas. The Spurs look to add to the scoreline in first half stoppage time. Denton. By Shimazu to Tysiak. Never seems to be too many options looking forward for the player in possession for West Ham. There's Sissoko. Has that problem now. Picked out Ueki though. Neville clears for Tottenham. Smith's throw. Summerton breaking that up again for Spurs, and here's Clinton. She's looking for Thomas, and a familiar story really in this first half for both teams. The final ball hasn't been up to par. Let's face it, had it not been for a bit of a howler from Mackenzie Arnold, who gifted Spurs the lead really. As good a ball as it was for Thomas back to Beth England, Spurs would have been struggling to hit the score sheet themselves. Denton. Neville. Scored 28 goals in their 21 games this season, Tottenham, so again not the most prolific. There's Sissoko. Hayashi. Tyziak. Now they've got a bit of space with Kirsty Smith on that far side, West Ham. I'd say the intended target, but failed to cut out James Turner. Again, that delivery not up to par for West Ham. They've worked themselves 2 or 3 good positions in the Tottenham final third as well. Here's Grant. Summerton. Denton getting there ahead of England. And that is the final action of a first half that Spurs have dominated. It was an electric start to the game thanks to Beth England's goal on 3 minutes, giving Tottenham Hotspur the lead, scoring against a familiar side. But West Ham United have failed to really muster too many chances on the Tottenham Hotspur goal. Half-time here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is Tottenham Hotspur 1, West Ham United 0. So let's remind ourselves of the best of the action from the opening 45 minutes. Well, it didn't take too long, did it, for Spurs to get themselves in front. Mackenzie Arnold getting herself in a bit of a tangle. Martha Thomas's ball across, and Beth England rifling the ball into the net, her 8th WSL goal against West Ham. Evelina Summanen's long-range effort straight at Arnold's. The angle was tight here for Thomas, well defended by Sissoko to keep her at bay for West Ham. And then that header into the side netting from Charlotte Grant, a chance in which she perhaps should have done better. Thomas did do better there, Arnold saving well, the flag was up anyway. And then the same combination, Arnold tipping round the post from Thomas. That was about the best chance for West Ham. Vivian Assay at the other end, denied by Rebecca Spencer. So half-time then here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham 1, West Ham 0.
Different from the rest. Diamonds on a finger. That's enough.
That's it. So if we start with Kings of Leon, is it Milk in particular?
Yeah.
Talk me through this one. Are you a big Kings of Leon fan in general?
I feel like just in general my music can go from one extreme to another. I like so much different stuff, but with Kings of Leon, like in the car with my parents and stuff, I think I've always had these type of music played, and Milk for me, just the way it starts slow and then it gets upbeat, I love it.
Yeah, are you like a big fan of kind of like indie bands? Is that the sort of thing you listen to, or does it?
When I'm driving, I'd say I listen to like indie stuff, and but I mean it can go from indie to something else. It just depends on the mood, really.
And what about in the changing rooms? People have got similar kind of taste to you, or does it vary massively?
Yeah, I think some of the girls are similar to me, but before a game we like a bit of house music, and and I love that as well. So it's mad.
So maybe like Kings of Leon when you're in the car driving to the training. Then once you're with the girls,
it's house music.
And then if we go for a classic. got Pink Floyd here. Was that a band that you grew up on?
Yeah, growing up, loved them, and I remember they done like collector's items, and me and my cousins were trying to collect all the stuff. I think it's just what our parents and stuff were listening to. We used to have a DVD, like a CD thing, and it'd just be playing all the time when my mum's cooking and stuff, and I think that's just who I am, the way I've been brought up.
Yeah. Any songs in particular when you were growing up that would be played around the house with Pink Floyd?
The Wall.
Yeah.
I can't think, I just love them all.
Yeah. Now, slight change as we go from Pink Floyd to someone polar opposite to Pink Floyd. We've got Justin Bieber here. Is it You Smile? Was that the one?
So growing up, I was a big believer.
We've had a few of them. You're not the only one. You're not the only one.
When he used to do his tours, so he went on tour twice around the UK, and I went to Liverpool, Manchester and Birmingham the 2 times, so I've seen him live 6 times.
You did 3 times?
The same tour, so I've seen him 6 times, but 2 different tours. I used to be obsessed.
So your family who were playing you Pink Floyd, trying to give you that sort of education, and you're going, I need to see Justin Bieber 3 times here. What was their reaction to that?
I think I just love music, and I have since I was a kid, and whatever made me happy, my parents would be up for it. And Justin Bieber, I used to love him.
Do you still like have a cheeky little listen to some of his old stuff?
Yeah, I still play it, I reckon, once or twice a week.
Yeah. That's quite a lot, actually. I like that. Is it You Smile or any other songs as well?
I like all of them again.
Fair. And then again, switching it up, Jerry Cinnamon. We've had a few people say Jerry Cinnamon actually. Mainly Scottish, but yeah, talk me through Jerry Cinnamon.
I just like it's upbeat, and that it's a sing song, but it's upbeat, and I think it can get you like going and ready. But also, like, my little cousin's a massive fan of him, and we went to see him when he was in Manchester, and spending time with my family. Like, I was obsessed with music, and now my younger cousins are, and I took him, and it was his first concert, and he knew every single word to every song at 11, and it's like, wow, I'm producing a prodigy of me.
Take him under your wing,
But no, I think his music's great, and it can be in a concert or festival, whatever, it suits everyone, I think.
Yeah, it sounds like it's like a real sing-along one, like, if you know everyone is up there singing, right? And then it sounds like you've been to a lot of like live concerts. Is that something you like to do when you've
got time in my spare time? I think I like going and seeing people live. I think it's different. And you get to see the personality more, and I enjoy it. It gets you out the house.
What's your favourite concert you've been to in recent years, would you say?
I went to Kings of Leon recently, and they were good. I really enjoyed them.
Yeah, they would be amazing live. And then we finish it off with Florence and the Machine. Is it Hunger particularly? Yeah. Why this one?
Hunger's my favourite song. I think just the lyrics to it's nice and chilled, and I think just from a young girl, I don't know the reason behind it, I've just loved the words to it and the way the song goes, and I listen to it all the time and don't get bored of listening to it. I can listen to it on repeat and still sing every single word to it. I just think Florence is amazing. When I went to see her live,
you've seen everyone live.
She comes across dead slow on Spotify or whatever, but then live she's up and wild, and that shocked me, to be honest.
And then out of these 5, what one would you play to kind of get everyone going before a game, would you say?
Probably Jerry Cinnamon.
Yeah. Are they Liverpool girls? Are they feeling a bit Jerry Cinnamon?
I think the majority, but you can't please everyone, can you?
And then what about, you've just won a game, 3 points in the bag, which one are you choosing to celebrate with?
Could be Justin Bieber, you know.
Yeah.
I think everyone knows the lyrics. They might pretend they don't like him, but you
they
can't not sing along. Yeah.
And then to see it out, you could choose one song. If you want to, you can say no, but it sounds like you're confident. Just give me one line of any of these songs. What would it be? I heard a bit of Jerry Cinnamon before. A bit of the accent coming out.
She is a belter, different from the rest. Diamonds on her finger. That's enough.
That's it. That's better than most people have done, so I appreciate it. Thank you for your choices, and cheers for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Are the rest of the girls fans of N-Dubs then? Are they not feeling it?
I think they were fans before they heard my rendition of it.
You turned them off.
Yeah, and now it's not me, so.
Right, we have got 5 songs that you've chosen here that we're going to go through. A little bit of a mix that we have here. We're going to start off strong with some N-Dubs. Girls, talk me through this one. Why did you choose this one?
I've always loved it, to be fair. I know the rap, or all of the rap, and yeah, just a song that I like, enjoy, and I'm very hyped after it. So much to the annoyance of the ears of everybody else, probably. But yeah, no, I just love the song. I seen them live in November. And yeah,
a little reunion tour.
Good, yeah, no, it was a good concert. So yeah, blast from the past. And
are the rest of the girls fans of N-Dubs then? Are they not feeling it?
I think they were fans before they heard my rendition of it.
You turned them off.
Yeah, and now it's not me, so I'm off the music.
You're off the music, you're not allowed anymore, fair enough. Next we've got Afterglow, bit of Wilkinson, Becky Hill. What are you feeling about that one?
Yeah, just ultimate hype song for me.
Yeah.
I actually seen it live this summer. It's up there with Girls for my top songs. It was a tough choice, so yeah, I seen it live and it was just unbelievable. Listen to it before every game, get it on in the changing room, and it's one that we all love, and I think it builds up nicely, and yeah, then we head out pumped, ready to go. And
then next we've got, I'm guessing Scottish roots here, Jerry Cinnamon, Cantor in particular. Tell me about this one.
Yeah, Jerry's from like 10-15 minutes up the road from me. I think everybody in Glasgow thinks they sound like Jerry Cinnamon when they sing. We probably don't, but...
You definitely do, you definitely do, yeah. I can see it.
Yeah, no, just again, it's a hype song. It reminds me of, obviously living away from home, it reminds me of family, friends, wherever you go in Scotland, you hear it, and whenever you're speaking about music out with Scotland, somebody brings it up. So yeah, he's doing class, to be fair. We listen to it before national team games, it's always on when we're warming up, so yeah, absolute anthem.
And then next, another belter. Actually, the last two are proper belters, which I love, and this one is an anthem now. Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten. Is this one you've been listening to for a while?
Do you know what? I've actually not listened to it since soon after we got promoted. It was our sort of song the full of last season. Whenever we won a game, we'd all be in changing room, it'd be blasting, we'd all be up singing in a circle, and it got us through the season. We obviously sang it. I sang it quite loud in front of the fans, and the mic was turned off after the second line. So yeah, it's just got the best memories of promotion party. So I think it's nice to hear now, but I don't think I'll ever beat that moment of the promotion. It was just best day of my life, so it comes with fond memories, great friends, great staff, and all my family were down there on promotion day, so as I say, one of the best days of my life and a top song.
It's a top song. It's also because it's like such a pop song, but now I feel like it's a hype song as well.
Yeah.
Like when you listen to it and you're singing it, everyone's like acting like it's a rap song.
Absolutely, absolutely. Especially as it gets into it as well, and you know, you've got the clap, you've got your arms in the air, and there was good footage of us doing it, all staff, all players in the changing room after promotion, and we actually got a follow from the artist herself after it. So yeah, no, we're buzzing with it.
Don't beat that. And then talking of belting out songs, I think I heard a bit actually before you came on here. We got Carry On Before He Cheats. Possibly one of my favourite country songs, but just favourite songs in the world. Is this one that you belt out?
Yeah, it is an absolute belter. It wouldn't be my first song in the morning. Got to warm up to it, but yeah, absolutely intense. But yeah, karaoke song, I think it's one that even people that don't like country know and enjoy, and even if they're singing the wrong words, it's being screamed at and it's loud. So yeah, it's a bit of me, and yeah, I just love it. I say you can sing it at the top of your voice.
Have you done this one on karaoke before then?
I have done it on karaoke, I've done it on karaoke. I've done it more times just in the car on my own, absolutely screaming. So
fair enough.
When I pull up at lights, it's not the best one to be belting out next to the people next to you.
You get one of those where you're pulled up and you look to the side and you just see like people looking in being like...
Yeah, no, I've had a few of them, especially at the chorus. It's probably a sight, but yeah, I absolutely love it.
And then if you were to choose any of these songs to hype everyone up before a game, what are you choosing?
Out of those songs, I'd need to go Afterglow. I think it's the best sort of like changing room song. As I say, everyone in the team likes it. It builds up and yeah, it just gets everyone going.
What one are you putting on if you've got the 3 points in the bag? Is it going to be Unwritten again this season, or do you think you're going to have to switch it up?
No, do you know what? I think switch it up. I think last season was just protect it at all costs, leave it, don't try and sort of drag that on. So I don't know, one I would put out there, Life is a Highway.
Okay.
I think that's one that everybody knows. It does gear you up, be good after a win. So I'd throw that into the mix, but group decision.
Well, thank you for your choices.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate talking, and hopefully I'll hear a bit of Carry On Underwood soon.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Thank you for me.
Cheers.
Hi, I'm Leanne Kiernan, and this is my Ultimate Five-a-side. My goalkeeper, I would have Courtney Brosnan, one of the Irish girls, so I think she's been brilliant for sure. Defender, probably Millie Bright. I think she's very hard to get past in the league, so I would definitely rate her highly. Kim Little is a must. I think she's amazing. Since coming into the league, she's been unbelievable. Let's go 2 up top, because you know I'm a striker, eh? So Alessia Russo, she can bang in the goals. She's very good. And Bunny Shaw, baller, yeah.
Please welcome the teams back out for the second half.
So welcome back to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium then, where Tottenham are leading West Ham by 1-0. Beth England's goal as early as the 3rd minute, the difference between the two sides. Tottenham very much the side who have been setting the tempo of the game and dominating the ball. West Ham in truth creating very little, easy to see why they are the WSL's lowest scoring team this season. It will be West Ham to get the second half underway through Rico Ueki, who's had very little service. It makes you realise what a good striker she is to have scored 5 goals this season for what has generally been a misfiring side. Shimazu did well to run through that challenge and find Kirsty Smith. Hayashi. Now Shimazu. It's a decent ball into the penalty area to pick out Ueki. Say's delivery across, it's a good ball. And that's about as best a chance as West Ham have created in the game. Right at the start of the second half, it was Hanaka Hayashi on the end of it. Got a foot to it, the Japanese player, ahead of the 2 Spurs defenders. And I think the free kick has been given against the Japanese international midfielder. But that was much more incisive from West Ham. And both the Spurs defenders back on their feet. West Ham looking for the quick start in the second half that Spurs made in the first. Here's Bula. You wondered after the quick start that Spurs made whether they would go on and dominate this and score 2 or 3, but hasn't happened. Here's Smith. Tysiak back to Mackenzie Arnold, who certainly played her part in helping keep the score down. Although all of her first half saves were stops that she would expect to make. James Turner. Now Bula. Bula once more. Again, her career with FC Zurich, where she won the Swiss League and Cup in 2018. Chase on here for Thomas. Covered by Tysiak. Neville's throw. On by Ildesoy. Clinton spotted the run of England off the left and attempted to split the West Ham defence. Here's Bula. Petzelberger. Now Amy James Turner. Clinton. Almost found Thomas. A bit of hesitancy in the West Ham defence. In the end, Mackenzie Arnold came out and made it hers. Hayashi. It's not a bad ball at all to Riko Ueki. The angle's difficult. Oh, but she's found the corner. What a goal from Riko Ueki. 6th goal of the season. And it is Tottenham 1, West Ham 1, 4 minutes into the second half. And a goal very much made in Japan. Hanaka Hayashi to Riko Ueki. And a seemingly impossible angle, but the accuracy of the strike, catching out Rebecca Spencer in the Tottenham goal. And Tottenham players have their heads in their hands. They can't believe how Riko Ueki has scored from there, but she has. Tottenham 1, West Ham 1. And the most perfect start to the second half for West Ham United. 6th goal of the season for Riko Ueki, who has now matched that tally of Ji So-yun of Chelsea, who scored 6 in the 2019-20 season in terms of top scoring Asian players in the WSL. Spurs looking to respond though. West Ham upfield, England's in behind, and England can't finish. And they got away with one there, West Ham. Too busy still celebrating the equaliser and left the back door open. You would have backed England from there. No, couldn't keep the shot down. And it remains at 1-1. It's a beautiful finish from Riko Ueki. Without that accuracy, that never goes in. There's many a striker that wouldn't have even taken the shot on from there. But Ueki did, and she was so well rewarded. Neville's throw. Ildesoy. Smith getting back at it. Cross into the penalty area, and then the header just over the top. from Beth England. New chances in quick succession. Denton with the challenge. Here's Clinton. Space now for Simonon, who tries to squeeze it through. Sissoko was there though. Neville. Here's Neville. Did well to keep it in. Almost got the ball back, rolled back to her by Petzelberger. And then makes up for it by winning the challenge, but it's still a throw to West Ham. Tottenham preparing some substitutions down below. The 11 that's on there is on the front foot now, and Thomas trying to get on the end of that, gathered by Arnold. Hayashi. The most perfect of starts to the second half from West Ham. They finally get through the 20 mark for goals this season in the league. Hayashi. Sixth of them scored by Rico Oeki now. Asei. Away from Simonon. And stuck a foot out and must have got something on the ball. The referee was right there. And Spurs counter again. Thomas in space. Foul by Smith. Hildesoy stays down. I wondered if we might see the first yellow card of the afternoon. Indeed we are. Kirsty Smith shown yellow. First yellow card of the game. A reminder, there's 3 other matches that you can watch today on the FA Player. Arsenal against Brighton and Hove Albion. We also have Bristol City's last game in the WSL for at least a season, the relegated side at home to Everton. And if you don't fancy those, then it's Leicester City against Liverpool is your other option. Evelina Simonon is over this. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Spurs 1, West Ham 1. Spurs scoring 3 minutes into the first half. Ueki scoring for West Ham 5 minutes into the second. Special finish from the Japanese striker. Simonon's free kick. It's gone all the way through. It's a free header. It's off the crossbar. And West Ham survive again. They've had 3 big let-offs. The flag is up anyway, so possibly wouldn't have counted. But suddenly West Ham have started leaving the door open a bit following their equalising goal. Sissoko. Tysiak. West Ham did win 2-0 at Spurs on their last visit, not here, by 2-0, but the last time they played Spurs away. And now they can make that triple change. Evelina Simonon is coming off in the centre of that Tottenham midfield.
Substitution for
Be replaced by Drew Spence.
Evelina Simonon. Please welcome number 24, Drew Spence.
Grace Clinton is coming off as well to replace by Jessica Naz.
And replacing number 11, Ramona Petzelberger.
Ramona Petzelberger.
Please welcome number 7, Jessica Naz.
He is being replaced as well.
And replacing number 17, Martha Thomas. Please welcome number 20.
Grace Clinton's actually staying on. It's Jessica Naz who's coming on for Petzelberger. And Martha Thomas has been replaced by Olga Artinen. So one Finn goes off, Finnish midfielder, and a Finnish striker, Olga Artinen, is on to replace her. So just to reiterate, Grace Clinton is staying on. It's Ramona Petzelberger who's been replaced by Jessica Naz, who was given an award ahead of kickoff in front of the supporters here for making 100 appearances for Tottenham Hotspur. England under-23 international. West Ham know all about Naz. She scored in the 4-3 win at West Ham back in January, one of her 2 goals this season, the other coming in a 2-2 draw at Manchester United. So both her goals have come away from home. She'd love to get one here. It's all the way through to Spencer. Another Soy. James Turner. Now Bula. Oh, that's given away rather cheaply. Harries. And Oeki fouled. It's a free kick for West Ham. And now the yellow cards are coming out. It's a free kick to West Ham. And Vivian Asay over this. She'll fancy this. It's quite a way out. Six goals this season. Asay. This would be some 7th from here. She struck it though, but straight at Spencer. He was then bundled over by 2 West Ham players. And 1 or 2 of the Tottenham supporters behind that goal not happy with that, unsurprisingly. As West Ham prepare their first change of the afternoon. Emma Snerler, the Danish international, is about to come on, we think, for Emma Harries, the player who replaced her in the starting 11. Neville. Foul by Asay. Free kick for Tottenham, and West Ham can make their change. Emma Harries off, and Snerler is on.
Emma Harries is number 8, Emma Snerler.
11th appearance of the season for Emma Snerler. She's been at the club since 2019, joined them from Fortuna Hjørring, a Danish side. 2-time Danish league winner, scored 30 goals in 80 appearances for them as an attacking midfielder. No way through there for Clinton. A game which looked as though Spurs would take by the scruff of the neck the way they started the game and possibly win comfortably. Is far from that now, locked together at 1-1. And in truth could go either way. West Ham have certainly been better in the second half. Beth England will be ruining that big chance that she had almost immediately following Ueki's equaliser for West Ham. Here's Drew Spence. Hilda Soy. Clipped it on one more towards Jessica Naz. So Tottenham have a corner. Artenham with the corner then for Tottenham. They've had plenty of them in the game and they've caused one or two problems for West Ham. Finnish substitute with it, and it's come back onto the post and away. And somehow Spurs unable to finish that one off. Here's James Turner. Artinen. Here's Xu. Away by Bula. And now Spurs on the counter. Here's Naz with the ball across, and it's deflected behind for a goal kick. Sissoko very nearly played that off the Spurs forwards. So Spurs making another change here. Molly Bartrip about to come on by the looks of things with 25 minutes to go.
Substitution for Spurs, replacing number 21, Luana Bula.
And Luana Bula is being replaced, the Swiss defender, by Bartrip.
Please welcome number 5,
who's on for her
Bartrip.
18th appearance of the season. Big cheer from the Spurs supporters. Just under 24 minutes left of the 2023-24 season. Spurs 1, West Ham 1. Terrific way for Spurs and West Ham to end the season, playing at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Here's Sissoko. Tysiak. Smith. Header on by Neville. And Naz couldn't go on the outside. Kirsty Smith did enough, and Sissoko gets it away, but you get the feeling that Spurs are getting closer to regaining the lead here. Ildesoy. It's a lovely ball across, and the header off target from England. Thumbs up for the delivery. And Bezo Ildesoy. And one of her 3 big chances was flagged offside, but it's no exaggeration to suggest that Beth England could be sat on a hat-trick now for Spurs. West Ham's 5th season in WSL, having first played in 2018-19. No season, of course, in 2021 because of COVID. Spence with the header. Smith. Now Zhu. Foot in by Denton. There's Ueki. Hasn't seen a great deal of the ball in the game, Rico Ueki, but goodness me, didn't she make the most of it when she did with that West Ham equaliser, which stunned this stadium. Sissoko with the block. There's Neville. And by Bartrip to Grant. Turns away from Zhu. And Sissoko back to Mackenzie Arnold. Here's Tysiak. Spurs reacted pretty well to West Ham's equaliser. They've had 2 or 3 big chances since. Arnold's been busy, a poor finish from England and the hitting of a post as well. Here is England. Spence. Spurs playing their way through the lines here. Clinton, Ildesoy across. Zhu gets it away for West Ham. Here comes Spence. Good work from Drew Spence. Tried to play the no-look pass to Charlotte Grant, but Grant didn't read it. Now a problem for Tottenham, it seems. Celine Ildesoy, the Norwegian international, the player down. Back on her feet again, though. 22-year-old Norwegian international, who has a habit of scoring in 1-1 draws. Scored in both the 1-1 draws with Liverpool this season and the 1-1 at Leicester. The only game she scored in that didn't finish 1-1 was the 4-3 win at West Ham in January. Comes from good footballing stock, Ildesoy. Her father was a professional in Norway. Bartrip. Grant. Ueki turns it on one more to Jessica Zhu, who's got the angle, squares it. Asei was in there, and Ashley Neville did brilliantly. They were cut apart there, Tottenham. Shimizu. And Sissoko. On by Denton. Here's Xu. And that's an easier one to deal with for Rebecca Spencer this time. Spurs preparing their final change. Bize Ildesoy, who we saw struggling just a moment or so ago, I think is the player who's expected to come off. Here is Denton. And by Snurler. A bit of space now for Tottenham to work with. Naz making the break forward on the left. Grant's carried the ball infield instead. By Artinen to Naz. Good run by Naz, the angle's tight, and it's beaten away by Arnold. In truth, the ball should have been squared. Beth England had held her run.
Substitution for Spurs.
Naz went for goal, and the goalkeeper was always favourite in that situation. And Bize Ildesoy is the player coming off.
Number 13, Matilda Vinberg.
And Matilda Vinberg is on. A Swede for a Norwegian. The 21-year-old Swedish international forward Vinberg only joined the club in January. It's delivered right the way across. Too much on it for Bartrip. Grant delivers the ball back into the danger zone, but gathered by Arnold. Do they stick or twist West Ham? That's the question, isn't it? Wouldn't be a bad result to end the season, a draw away at Tottenham. Only some last-ditch defending from Ash Neville, though, prevented West Ham from actually getting in front. It's good work between Ueki and Xu. Here's Naz. Spence. Space now for Tottenham. Too close, though, to Arnold's. Sissoko. It's a similar timeline for these two clubs. They both came into WSL in 2018-19 season. Spurs have finished 7th, 8th, 5th and 9th since winning promotion. And that's Tyziak who's down. The Belgian defender. I think it's worth taking a look at that Ueki equaliser for West Ham. It was a superb finish right at the start of the second half. Hayashi playing the ball through. There's nothing on here for Rico Ueki. What a finish that is. Just all about accuracy. No unerring power. Just all about precision. And it really was a wonderful goal from the Japanese striker, a 6th of the season. Takes a level now with Vivienne Assay, with 6 goals each for West Ham. They've scored 12 of West Ham's 20 this season between them, the French winger and the Japanese striker. Looks as though Tysiak's going to be okay, which is good news for West Ham. Belgian international, he was part of their European Championship squad in 2022. Has a degree in secondary education. She was originally combining football and teaching, Amber Tysiak, before turning fully professional. Never with the throw, Naz. Chu picking out Shimizu. Now Denton. Sissoko. Launched by Arnold. Bartrip had to do something with it. James Turner did. On by Neville. Drew Spence. Clinton. Spence again. Former Chelsea midfielder who's a Jamaican international. 5-time WSL winner, 4-time FA Cup winner, Drew Spence. Anyone who's played for Chelsea for any length of time, very well honoured. Interesting to see what the post-Emma Hayes era offers. Spence. Clinton, immediately pressurised by Shimizu. The work Shimizu and Hayashi have got through in the centre of that West Ham midfield is mightily impressive. Here's Grant. England. It's a clever ball in behind by Beth England. And then the first time shot from Olga Artinen. Straight to Arnold. West Ham's defence opened up again though. It's just a bit of profligate finishing from Spurs that's prevented them from regaining the lead since West Ham equalised. Shimizu. James Turner's header away. On by England. Here's Naz. Clinton. That's good awareness from Clinton. Fully aware that Matilda Vinberg would have been free on that far side had the ball made it through. Sissoko. Well, there's been an element of an end of season feel about it, but it's been competitive enough. Both teams looking to end the season with a win, having had some disappointing results in the run-up to this game. Here's Grant. There's a go on the outside of Smith, who stuck to the task well. I think Spurs have a corner here. Kirsty Smith can't believe the decision. She was adamant the last touch was off Charlotte Grant. Olga Artinen will take the corner. Drilled across the delivery this time. Hayashi. It was a heavy touch though from Asai, otherwise she may well have been away. West Ham have a throw. Smith. Former Manchester United fullback who began her career with Hibernian. Another with a degree in the West Ham side, a degree in accountancy and finance. And 5 cups during her time in Scotland with Hibs, 2 Scottish Cups, 3 League Cups. As a championship winner with Manchester United in 2018-19, helping them win promotion. Denton. Sissoko. Won by Hayashi. And that was out of play. Jessica Zoo's had a good game as well for West Ham. 12 caps for the Republic of Ireland. Back to full fitness now after an ACL injury in 2022. An injury that's the bane of so many female players. There's Jessica Naz. Flag up. Scored a couple of goals this season, Naz, one of them against West Ham. Member of the Spurs team that was promoted in 2019, and she's still only 23, joined the club from Arsenal, where she began, made just a couple of appearances though in the Arsenal first team before switching North London allegiance. Tysiak. Hayashi now stepping in though. Here's Spence. There's Clinton one way, Beth England the other. Here is England, who goes for goal. See what she was trying, just to bend it into that top corner, but didn't get it far enough away from Mackenzie Arnold and didn't get enough power on it. Here's Zhu. I do get the feeling there might be a late twist in this with a winning goal for either side. Start through towards Naz, who rides one challenge. Naz! 2-1 Spurs. Tucked away by Jessica Naz with 5 minutes to go. Well, West Ham may feel there was a foul in the build-up, but she has her 3rd goal of the season and her 2nd against West Ham. Clinton playing it through. I think she was just the stronger of the two there in the challenge. And Naz, who was rewarded for reaching triple figures in terms of appearances for Spurs ahead of kickoff, is rewarded with a 3rd goal of the season. Tottenham 2, West Ham United 1, with less than 5 minutes to go. And that was all about strength and determination from Jessica Naz. And having passed up 3 or 4 decent opportunities to regain the lead since West Ham equalised, Jessica Naz has finally done so for Spurs. 2-1. First since the 2-2 draw with Manchester United in April. Denton. Hayashi. Smith. It's a little teaser, but too close to Spencer. And gathers it comfortably. Spurs heading them for their 8th win of the season. Actually 5 games without a win since that extra time win against Leicester in the FA Cup semi-final. They haven't won in 4 WSL games, drawing 3 of them since a 1-0 win at Bristol City in March. Focus obviously switching to the FA Cup run, borne out by the fact that they'd won just 2 of their last 10 WSL games. And at least they're going to end the season on a high at the moment, unless West Ham can pull themselves level again. Emma Snurler is over this free kick for West Ham. Not a bad ball in, and then the header on from Tysiak, gathered by Spencer. So good delivery from Snurler. Scored in the 2-2 draw against Spurs last season. Around about a year ago. Spurs heading for a 5th straight final day without defeat. 3 wins in 1 draw in their previous 4 final games of the season. Tottenham, that draw was the 2-2 with West Ham last season that I was referring to, in which Snurler scored. And if this stays like this, it'll be 4 wins and a draw in their last 5. If they could get themselves in the mix for a potential top 3 place in the next few seasons, that would serve them well, their final day form. Here's Nars. Big gap though to make up to those top 3 clubs. Olga Artinen across to take this for Spurs. Lifted to the back post, but it was a poor delivery in the end. It's been a theme to these Spurs corners. You can see they're just trying to tempt out Mackenzie Arnold. A couple of them have almost paid off. Tysiak. There's going to be 9 minutes added on at the end here. So a significant amount for Spurs to add to the score, or for West Ham to get themselves back into it. Sissoko. By Hayashi. Beth England. Naz, whose goal looks like winning it, finding Artinen. Now Vinberg, just unable to get on the end of that. Matilda Vinberg, who did the Swedish double last season, won the Swedish Cup and the Damallsvenskan with Hammarby before making the January switch to WSL. Space here for Smith. Neville very quickly back. Smith cuts inside though, touches it back to the edge, and then Shimazu's effort took a deflection. West Ham making a change. Jessica Zhu
Replacing number 16, Jessica
is
Zhu.
being replaced by
Is number
Princess
35, Princess Ademola.
Demiluyu. So Demiluyu on, 32-year-olds. Six and a half minutes to go. Neville. Oh, Tysiak. Nars looking to take advantage. Arnold did well. Hesitancy from the Belgian, but none from the Australian goalkeeper. Here's Denton. Artinen. Say chasing and harrying, but Spurs keeping the ball. Heavy touch from Neville. Snurler puts it out for the throw and even collects it for Neville. Three games unbeaten away against Tottenham, but it looks as though that run is coming to an end. Here's Snurler. Sissoko. Iweki rising. Snurler. Sissoko. Hayashi with the touch back to Shimizu. Smith with the ball in. Snurler. Teasing the Spurs defence. By Shimizu. Too much on that from Shimizu. Spotted the run of Anouk Denton. But way too much power on the through ball. And a double change for West Ham.
Substitution for West Ham, replacing number 23, Howard Sissoko, is number 21, Shannon.
So Sissoko replaced by Cook.
And replacing number 19, Honoka Hayashi, is number 7, Marika Bergman-Lundin.
And Hayashi is making way for West Ham for Bergman-Lundin. Former Swedish under-19 international. Here's Naz. England being forced away here, England. Throw for Spurs again. England. Seems a long time ago now, doesn't it, that she scored that opening goal. Inside the last 3 minutes, Spurs are almost there in terms of ending the season with a victory. West Ham will finish second to bottom, but they pretty much knew that anyway. Would have taken a combination of miracle scorelines to see West Ham clamber above Leicester. Touched in by Neville. Clinton. Well played by Clinton. It's a good run from Clinton. And West Ham get it away. Smith. Potential counter on here. Snurler's done really well to ride a couple of challenges. Good play by the Dane. Demi Louis. And a throw for West Ham. Really good potential counter-attack coming to nothing, and a yellow card out here, I think, for Charlotte Grant for Spurs. Confirmation of that, it is Charlotte Grant that has been booked for Tottenham. Here's Denton. Rather needless booking at the end of the season. Here's Tysiak. Ueki challenging, and Charlotte Grant clears it away. Denton's throw. Snurler. Certainly shown her quality since coming on the Dane. So Bergman London. Into the final minute. Here's Jessica Naz, whose goal looks like winning it for Spurs. And she put the cap on it here, Jessica Naz. Touch off for Drew Spence. Oh, it's a beauty. It is Drew Spence who puts the cap on it for Tottenham. 3-1, 9 minutes into stoppage time. Second goal of the season for the former Chelsea midfielder. And Jessica Naz can claim the assist here too. That is a wonderful finish from Drew Spence. And it wraps up a fine 3 points for Tottenham on the final day of the season. After the disappointment at Wembley, the narrow loss to Chelsea in which they ran them close. They do finally get their first win in 6, Tottenham, after 5 games without a victory. And they certainly saved their best goal till last, courtesy of Jamaican international Drew Spence. She has better final days with those 5 WSL wins with Chelsea, but she couldn't have capped this one any better in a Tottenham jersey. Corner for West Ham, we're still going. Emma Snurler with it. Low delivery, well dealt with by Beth England. Shimazu. Now there is to be no returning win for Rhian Skinner against her former club, as West Ham finish the season with just 3 wins and second to bottom in the table. Tottenham Hotspur end a run of 5 games without a victory by finally ending the campaign with win number 8 as they finish the season as FA Cup runners-up and 6th in the WSL. Beth England starting the scoring on 3 minutes with the opening goal. Ueki with a wonderful equaliser before Naz and Spence rounded off a 3-1 win for Tottenham Hotspur. Let's take a look back then at the best of the action. And it certainly was a terrific game to finish the season with at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Big mistake here from Mackenzie Arnold, gifting the ball to Martha Thomas, who set up Beth England to tuck away her 8th goal against West Ham in the women's top flight. But then what about this for a start to the second half? This is a brilliant goal from Riko Ueki, ensuring that West Ham would at least finish the season with 20 league goals. That's her 6th and matches the record of Chelsea's Ji So-yun in terms of Asian players scoring in the WSL. No further scoring until 5 minutes from time, when the Substitute Jessica Nars tucked away number 2, and she played her part as well in ensuring that Spurs rounded off the day with a wonderful goal from Drew Spence. That is substitutes having an impact, isn't it? Nars and Spence both scoring, and Nars setting up the third for Spence. Thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed it. It's finished Tottenham Hotspur 3, West Ham United 1.